Hi, I'm Colin Ruane, and today we are joined by Dr. Kath Bollard, the new president of FACT. First off, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's just go ahead and start with this. The field of cellular therapy is rapidly expanding. What impact will these advancements have on FACT, and how will FACT accreditation impact the field?
So FACT really developed out of a need to bring quality to bone marrow transplantation. And I like to see bone marrow transplantation as the sort of one of the original cell-based therapies, where we're taking cells from the patient themselves or from the healthy bone marrow donor. And those cells are replacing diseased bone marrow or helping with immune recovery for patients after chemotherapy, etc. So that's the history from which FACT was built. But since that time, the field as a whole has really exploded, especially with the advent of cellular-based therapies. And with the licensure of the chimeric antigen receptor T-cell therapies in the last couple of years, this has really meant that the cell therapy community has reached the mainstream. So now FACT really has to move from this bone marrow transplant model to the broadening cell therapy model. And this is not just immune therapies for cancer, it is immune therapies for life-threatening viral infections. It's cell-based therapies for regenerative medicine. So it's really a very broad reach that the field is moving into. But with all of this, we still need to maintain this where we're rooted in, and what we're rooted in is quality and ensuring quality in the products we manufacture for our patients and quality in really that sort of lab to bedside administration of these products. And so at the end of the day, FACT is not only ensuring that high quality products are manufactured, but also that patients are treated safely and that their outcomes are monitored, and we can ensure as a field that we're acting responsibly for the patients we serve. So as I start my presidency in 2021, I see that we are really at a time in the field where everything is growing exponentially. So we not only have to grow as a foundation to really encompass all aspects of cell therapy, and that includes partnering with academia, but also industry and our regulators. It also means we're going to have to move beyond our traditional North American, Australasian model and move beyond with our partnerships with the UK and European groups, including JC, and then other accreditation bodies in the broader reach of a global drive, if you like, to bring quality to what we are all trying to achieve in the cell therapy field.
And so definitely a lot of expansion that has been happening, especially in recent years. Let's talk about your goals. What are your specific goals and vision for FACT moving forward? And what would you like to achieve during your role as FACT president?
I think, obviously what I explained was really pretty lofty and very globally, outward thinking. I think, firstly, we really want to cement our relationships with our partner societies. So our parent societies, the American Society of Transplant and Cell Therapy, ASTCT, and the International Society of Cell and Gene Therapy, ISCT. So with that, strengthening those partnerships to really do what FACT does best, which is our accreditation and education to the wider community, making sure that we really are capturing not just the transplantation field, but beyond, especially in the immune effectors and regenerative medicine field. So to do this, in a more collaborative and global sense, this will require also ongoing collaborations and developing new collaborations with other societies in these gene therapy, cell therapy, and regenerative medicine fields. And in addition, also with the regulators, not only in North America, but also Australasia and Europe in particular. So this is sort of really embracing this collaboration model is really what I want to achieve, certainly in the first couple of years.
And what challenges do you see moving forward?
I think that the main challenge that I see is the field is growing so fast, and can we keep up with all the activities going on in the field? Because at the end of the day, we are trying to ensure that we are developing the next generation of standards to ensure that despite this rapid growing field, that we are maintaining quality right from the lab to the bedside. And that in this sort of fast pace, really growing field, that will be a challenge. And so this is why we are going to need increased collaboration and partnership.
And definitely collaboration is such an important aspect of really any sort of industry. Why do you think FACT accreditation is beneficial or important for programs?
So it is categorically been shown that patient outcomes are improved at FACT accredited institutions, and this is why for the transplant model, insurance payers are most likely to reimburse patients for transplants if they come from a FACT accredited facility in certainly in the United States. So that speaks to how strongly our payers realize the impact of FACT to improve outcomes for our patients. Also, it makes inherent sense that if you add quality and oversight to anything that we do, that this would not only improve product potency and quality, but improve outcomes for our patients. And certainly in the laboratory, this is language very well known, but in the clinical arena, it has taken perhaps longer time to catch up, but definitely in the transplant and by default, since it was grown out of there, the cell therapy community, the field has really embraced this great importance on ensuring quality and accreditation in our business and in our field.
I also want to ask you, what did you learn as an inspector, and how has that been beneficial to you?
Definitely, I could not do this job if I had not been an inspector for well over a decade. The unique process that FACT has is that all the inspectors are volunteer inspectors. We're all from FACT accredited programs, so we've all been on both sides of the inspection process. And there's never been an inspection that I've done that I've not learned something or developed some ideas and tools of how I could make my own program better. And it's that sort of collaborative approach that not only is beneficial for the program that you're inspecting, but also for your parent program, if you like. And that's what I really find so valuable. The other thing is that you meet so many people in our community, and not only fellow clinicians, but people that you partner with all the time in the clinic, in the collection facilities and in the laboratories. And it's really, you feel part of the bigger community, and it's really a very rewarding experience.
All right, Dr. Kath Bollard, thank you so much for taking the time to share your perspective, and congratulations on your new role.
Thank you so much for interviewing me today.